Honestly, when people ask me, how do you make money online? How did you replace the income from your full-time nursing job so that you can work from home or from wherever you want? I feel like I'm always met with these misconceptions and skewed perspectives about what it actually looks like to build an online business in this day and age. And if I even bring up the topics of using AI to help you build a business, not needing to hire any outside help, when I bring up digital ecosystems, I can just already see them like mentally checking out. They say things like, oh, that's good for you, but I don't think I could do that. Or I don't really have money to hire a coach or a mentor right now. Or I even get things like, oh, well, I don't want to feel scammy to other people. Like, I don't really know what I could sell. And to be quite honest, it frustrates me a little bit, but I understand because I have been there myself. Prior to 2020, I could have never even imagined myself as a freelancer or an entrepreneur. I was always used to working shift work and working for other people. I had a lot of my own self-limiting beliefs about my ability to own a business or to build a business, mostly because I feel like I lacked knowledge in what being a business owner really meant, about how a creative can earn money, how anyone can earn money by selling a product to someone. And even though I had a husband to show me or exemplify the possibility of building a business from scratch, and although I had my own father who from like the age of 10 was an entrepreneur selling his art on the streets of East Africa, I still had self-limiting beliefs about my ability to do it. And I was doubting myself all along the way. But over time, as I learned new skills, as I improved the skills I was learning, as I built up confidence with the feedback that my customers and clients were giving me, and when I eventually received more feedback from other people within my same niche, it completely changed the outlook of what I was capable of. So I didn't have a head start. If you watch my other videos, I'll tell you, like, I started this journey on a notebook. Not even a laptop, a notebook that was broken. The touchscreen was broken. It had no space, so I had to use a hard drive. And I did that until I made enough profit to upgrade my equipment. So I didn't have a head start in anything. I just had a really strong reason to seek growth and change in my life. One day I am going to share my whole nursing journey experience and why I left my full-time nursing job to pursue an online business. I'm still a licensed nurse, but now I get to decide at what capacity I'd like to be of service to others within that profession, and doing so without burning out. But in this video, I just want to focus on how I started making money online, how I'm still doing it today. I'm still learning, so I'm not an expert, but I mean, I'm making enough to really change my life and the life of my family. So in this video, I just want to share the digital ecosystem that I've built and am still building that helps me earn different types of income. So if you're just starting out or wondering how you can make money online in this day and age, in the age of AI, hopefully this gives you a different perspective. If you're someone who's already on the path, maybe this will be motivation or mental reinforcement. I know that I like to listen to other people who are on a similar journey, who are a few steps ahead of me or a million steps ahead of me. And when friends or family ask me how I do this, I can just send this video to them. I'm just hoping to give a clearer perspective or a clearer picture of what building workflows, digital ecosystems can look like, and how they generate income for you. Now, of course, this is just my personal pathway, and I didn't plan it all out. I didn't even know it could look like this. It took a lot of trial and error. It took trying different approaches to SEO and marketing, a lot of experimentation with content creation, building different communities, and building rapport with my clients. So your personal ecosystem is probably going to look slightly different than mine. So in the center is me or you, the brand, whatever skill or product you have to offer. And this product or content that you're offering is going to solve a pain point for someone. It's going to solve a problem. So for me as a mental health clinician, as someone whose niche is basically health, wellness, mental health, you can say mindfulness as well, that could mean what I've done was offer voice services to narrate the guided meditations or hypnosis sessions. It's been writing research-based or literature-based hypnosis scripts and programs, helping my clients overcome obesity in the realm of self-limiting beliefs or past trauma related to their obesity. And where I started, which is where most of us will start off, is marketing my skills or those products on freelance platforms. This is one of the best ways to go about it because it not only builds your online authority in your niche, it also provides you with income right away, and it raises your confidence because as you're doing this work for your clients, you are refining and building upon your skills to produce a better product, a high value product that you can begin charging more for. And you become very good at knowing what your client or audience wants when you put in the work, until eventually you don't even have to use a platform anymore. You can just go completely independent. And that's what I did. Although Fiverr was really good to me, within 6 months, I was able to go from a level 1 to level 2 seller. I was able to raise my prices and offer different services. I became Fiverr's choice many times within my niche, and that just means you are marketed. The algorithm puts you at the top of the search page for whatever product you're selling or service you're selling. So I got a lot of exposure, and I had a lot of experience working with clients. I would say I earned, within that time, I probably just earned over $20,000. And that was mostly in my research-based hypnosis and meditation scripts, as well as selling my voice. But then with the rise of AI, having to compete against other sellers who were offering a similar product but for much cheaper because they lived overseas, I knew that it wasn't going to be a long-term sustainable gig. So I went off platform. And so this way I could focus on building my brand on social media and just really getting my work out there. I had already built up the confidence, the authority within my niche, and instead of helping others create content for their own business or their YouTube channel, I started creating content for myself because I was already doing it for others. Why not do it for me? And at this time, I started working in mental health. So I would get validation and reinforcement from other mental health professionals, just getting confirmation that my techniques were ethical and that the packaging of my product was of high value. Now, what I wish I did in retrospect, if I could do everything all over in like 2026, let's say I was starting from here, I would probably have created my brand on social media first before going the freelance route. Or I would have done them consecutively if I had the time, because I was working full-time back then. And I only started getting serious about YouTube and other social media platforms for my brand. Probably, I want to say at the end of 2023. That's when I got monetized on YouTube. And that's when I really built up a strong clientele. Because honestly, building a brand on social media, growing a community, that's when things really changed. Besides freelancing, gaining experience there, making active income, you can also build your digital profile and authority by creating a YouTube channel. It generates income from AdSense, which you don't want to rely on just AdSense, by the way. You can earn income from creating a channel membership. You can earn money through affiliate marketing, where commercial brands or tech companies pay you to advertise their product. It also allows you to drive traffic or use your audience as a funnel on YouTube to your digital product that you want to sell them, that's going to solve one of their pain points. Then there's continuing to build your brand, your audience, and doing marketing all at the same time by using other social media platforms like Pinterest, TikTok, Facebook. what's another one? Substack, Instagram, Twitter. And so this way you get more exposure to all of the content you have online for your brand, and thus you have more opportunities to sell your products. And you really want to create digital products that solve a person's pain point. And for me, that meant selling mental health and wellness products, whether in the form of audiobooks or hypnosis programs or spiritual retreat handbooks. I could then sell them directly to my clients through platforms that don't steal too much from you from using their services. And for me, that's Gumroad and Fourth Wall. And an example for me for a passive income stream has been 11 Labs. So back when I was still freelancing and AI was becoming very good, especially in the realm of voice clones and voiceovers, I was being met with a lot of challenges with my clients. They would either kind of accuse me of using an AI voice, like even long before AI became what it is now, I've been told that my voice can be a little robotic at times, depending on which voice style I use, or I would be met with potential clients that would straight up just tell me they can get it for cheaper by using an AI voice clone, and can I lower my price? So instead of crying and whining about it, I just had to adapt. This is where 11 Labs has been such a blessing in my life and on my digital entrepreneur journey, because I'm able to earn passive income because I had recorded hours and hours of my voice, different styles of my voice, and I used 11 Labs to clone those voices. So now anytime anyone uses my voice clones for their project, I get paid. And you know, that's just the way technology and society is moving. So, you know, what was I gonna do? Just give that opportunity away for others? Like, no, I was one of the pioneers and one of the first people to put meditation and hypnosis or ASMR voices on the 11 Labs voice library. And, you know, we can even get into the ethics of that, or the fact that I'm not relying on that income to be long-term. As the technology adapts, as platforms can just all of a sudden change their mind and say, you know, we're ending monetization for your voice. And later I'm going to talk more about what I really think of AI as an artist myself and a content creator. But really the whole reason why I am aiming to build an ecosystem instead of just one or two sources of passive income is because at any time things can change to the point where I lose that source of income. So on top of all the things that I've done within the past 5 years to build this ecosystem, I'm also working on other projects on the side that will hopefully become more stable sources of income. I'm building 2 more YouTube channels within the same niche and business, but more on the creative side and then a bit more on the educational side. And I know that building a brand or a YouTube channel can literally take years, but I'm not gonna wait for it to sprout without setting seeds. So that's what I'm doing. I'm planting seeds right now so that it can hopefully be fruitful in the future. And so my approach has been striving to build many baskets with many eggs and sort of trying to be future proof, because we never know what's going to happen in society. We could have another global pandemic. The economy can crash out of nowhere. There could be another huge technological shift, which I personally think is going to be AI glasses and augmented reality. And I want to also prepare myself for that, have something ready for when that time comes. Then I have long-term projects, future goals that will hopefully generate more income. For example, building mindfulness apps that help solve a problem. With my background in correctional nursing and mental health, I'm looking into government contracts, and the product is basically offering a solution to both patients and mental health practitioners that are constrained within a system that has funding cuts and budget restrictions, and creating digital tools that can help in the realm of mental health and rehabilitation. So anyway, your personal ecosystem that you build is going to look different. Looking at this map, it's easy to think that it's just like a linear path or a straight line, but it's really more like a puzzle or a map. The reality is there's no right or wrong way really to build a digital ecosystem that generates online income. You just have to navigate through trial and error, experimentation, and really just doing the work. You have to want to learn the skills that you need to succeed. That sounds so corny, but it's true. So if you have more time than you have money, maybe you want to start with content creation like on YouTube or social media. You build an audience first and then sell them a product, even though it pays you almost nothing initially. Or if you have a specific skill, you can skip the content grinding and go straight into freelancing. And yeah, this is basically what I did. If you have a digital product to sell, you might skip the freelancing and the creation work and go ahead and launch that digital product on day one. And then after that, after you get some feedback, you might want to build your community or focus more on marketing. Or you can do all three at the same time and just go all in if you have the time and resources to. This could mean hiring a coach or a mentor, which by the way, I am not. This could also mean just putting in a lot of time to watching tutorials and YouTube videos and free courses to give you an idea or like a blueprint on what you can then try to execute. I've seen people work on the end of my map and kind of work backward to build multiple income streams for their digital ecosystem. I've seen people stop at being a freelancer because they're fine with that and that's enough for them to supplement their income. It's really up to you how you want to design your life. You know, most of us are just grateful to have that extra income. As we know, the economy is not doing very well. But for me personally, like after 2020, I just wanted to build a life where I could be in a location that's conducive to my health and well-being, to be able to take off months at a time to travel, to spend time with family. I want to be able to serve others from a place of energy and just pure passion instead of burnout or having to sacrifice my own health to do so. If I want, I could do bedside nursing for one season. I could volunteer my time in the community for another season. And I can do this all while running my business online. Like, I don't want to have to tie me being of service to others and doing what I'm passionate about to my survival, to be able to feed, clothe, shelter myself, pay off the bills. I don't want to be surviving in this interesting landscape that is changing rapidly. And I want to have options and choices, and I don't want to have to be tied by institutional policies and bureaucracy that don't align with my values. And, you know, who knows what happens in our society, in our life, right? Like I've said, and it might not save me 100%, but at least I have options. My family and I will have different avenues that we can take to not only survive, but to thrive and move forward no matter what happens. And here's what I really think about AI. Yes, it replaced my skills, my artistic abilities, but it hasn't replaced my creativity. So we are currently standing in the middle of a digital renaissance, a technological shift that has happened throughout our human history as far as we know. You know, before the 1400s, knowledge and information was gatekept by the church and large institutions. When the printing press emerged, it broke down those walls, and now information and knowledge was accessible to the masses, to the common people. Later, the phonograph really scared musicians and artists, right? They claimed that recorded music was going to be canned or just garbage. But over time, we learned that the tool itself doesn't actually define the art or the creativity. The creator does. It's like how some people think that DJs who mix music on a machine aren't as good or as valuable as musicians who play with a violin and a bow. Now, obviously, my channel involves a lot of AI tools because that's literally what I'm using to help me build my business so that I don't have to hire other people. I don't have to already have a lot of capital to make it happen. Literally anyone can do this now. You're seeing it yourselves. Like there's 15-year-olds who are multimillionaires because they've built some sort of digital ecosystem or digital product that is useful to other people. Anyway, a lot of creators and artists are scared and they're angry about AI, and I get it, but I believe that the traditional arts will always have a place in society and will always be valued, even more so maybe now that there's going to be a lot of AI generated art. But what AI cannot do is it cannot replicate human connection, at least not yet. And I really think to survive this technical change, we have to adapt. We need to be able to offer something that the AI or a machine cannot offer. And that's going to be like shared experience, the lived experience, a human-centered approach. So basically, yeah, I use AI. I use the machine to handle the logistics so that I can just focus on the value and the meaning behind my work. And that's basically solving a real pain point for real people. And if you just think that you can type a few prompts into AI and build a successful brand and make a lot of money right off the get-go, then you're honestly like delusional. Even if you use AI to help you create content, you still need to put in time, effort, consistency. You need to adapt. You need to learn. And more than just learning, you also need to execute, because you can waste a lot of time spending money on these mentors or even watching tutorials for free, and you just spend a lot of time and energy without actually acting on it. And you go nowhere. I've seen this happen so many times with friends, with family, with other people who are trying to pursue this path. But as long as you are willing to make mistakes, as long as you're willing to adapt and learn, you can succeed. You can build multiple income streams online, and you can build the lifestyle that you really want. Anyway, if you found this conversation useful, inspiring, motivational, or maybe you just like to listen to people's perspectives who are currently on this path, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.